Have you ever stared at a massive English dictionary, looked at the thousands and thousands of words, and felt completely frozen? You try to memorize 20 new words a day using flashcards, but then when it is time to actually speak to someone, your mind just goes completely blank. You cannot remember a single one.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. It is so frustrating. You think, I have studied for years. Why can't I find the right words? You feel like your vocabulary is too small, so you try to memorize even more complicated words. It becomes a never-ending cycle of stress.
If that sounds like you, please take a deep breath. Stop right now and relax your shoulders. You do not need to memorize the whole dictionary. In fact, trying to learn too many words is exactly what is holding you back.
Hello, everyone. I am Hana.
And I'm Adam. We are so happy you're here with us. Today, we're going to change the way you look at English vocabulary forever. We're going to make it simple, slow, and completely stress-free.
Exactly. We're going to teach you a secret that will save you hundreds of hours of studying. But before we reveal the secret, if you want to support these free lessons, please take 1 second to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. It helps us keep making these podcasts for you.
Yes, thank you so much for your support. Are you ready to feel confident when you speak? Let's get started. So, Hana, let me ask you a question about when you first started learning English. Did you ever try to sound really smart by using huge, complicated words?
Oh, absolutely. I'm laughing because it is so true. I used to read articles and write down words like utilize or facilitate or commence. I thought if I use these words, native speakers will be so impressed. But honestly, Adam, whenever I use them in a normal conversation, people looked at me very strangely. I sounded like a textbook, not a human.
Exactly. You sounded like a robot. And that leads us to today's topic, the 80-20 action vocabulary secret.
What does 80-20 mean, Adam?
It's based on a real scientific rule called Zipf's law. Zipf's law basically proves that in any language, a very small group of words does almost all of the work. Only 20% of the words in English make up 80% of everyday conversations.
Wow. Let me repeat that because it is so important. Only 20% of the words make up 80% of our conversations. That means you do not need 10,000 words to be fluent. You just need to master the core words perfectly.
And the most important core words, the verbs, action words. Today, we're focusing purely on the high-frequency verbs. These are the action words native speakers use every single day. We use them for everything.
So stop memorizing giant lists of nouns. Today, we are mastering the small words with big power. Listener, if you're walking, driving, or washing the dishes right now, just relax. Listen to our voices. We are going to learn these together.
We have 8 superverbs for you today. These 8 words are your golden keys to speaking natural English.
Our first superverb is get. Let's spell it together. G-E-T. Get. Say it with me. Get.
Get. To get means to obtain, to receive, or to become. It's the most useful word in English. Instead of saying, I'm becoming tired, native speakers just say, I get tired.
Here's our relatable example. I get up at 7 a.m. and I get coffee on my way to work.
Let's say that together, slowly. I get up at 7 a.m. and I get coffee on my way to work.
Now it's your turn, listener. Say it out loud. I get up at 7 a.m. and I get coffee on my way to work.
Great job. Now let's move to word number 2, make. Let's spell it. M-A-K-E. Make. Say it with us. Make.
Make. To make means to create or produce something. A common mistake learners make is confusing make and do. You make a physical thing or a choice. You don't do a mistake, you make a mistake.
Here's our example sentence. Don't worry if you make a mistake while speaking English.
Let's say it together. Don't worry if you make a mistake while speaking English.
Listener, repeat after me, out loud. Don't worry if you make a mistake while speaking English.
Beautiful. You're doing so well. Word number 3 is do. Let's spell it. D-O. Do. Say it with me. Do.
Do. We use do for activities, tasks, and chores. You don't make the laundry, you do the laundry. Here's our example sentence. I need to do my best on this test.
Let's say it together. I need to do my best on this test.
Your turn, listener. Say it with confidence. I need to do my best on this test.
Excellent. Let's keep going. Word number 4 is take. Let's spell it. T-A-K-E. Take. Say it out loud. Take.
Take. Take means to move something, to grab something, or to experience something that needs time. A big mistake learners make is saying, I will go a break. No, in English, we say, I will take a break.
Our example sentence is, you look tired. You should take a break.
Together now, you look tired. You should take a break.
Over to you, listener. Let's hear it. You look tired. You should take a break.
Perfect. Word number 5 is have. Let's spell it. H-A-V-E. Have. Say it with us. Have.
Have means to own something, but we also use it for experiences. We don't say, I am experiencing a good time. We say, I'm having a good time.
Here's the example sentence. Let's have dinner and have a good chat.
Together, let's have dinner and have a good chat.
Now you, listener, speak up. Let's have dinner and have a good chat.
Wonderful. Word number 6 is go. Let's spell it. G-O. Go. Say it loudly. Go.
Go is all about movements from one place to another. A very common mistake is adding the word to where it doesn't belong. For example, people say, I am going to home. You don't need the to. Just say, I'm going home.
Here's our example. We go for a walk every evening.
Together, we go for a walk every evening.
Listener, your turn. We go for a walk every evening.
You're doing fantastic. Word number 7 is put. Let's spell it. P-U-T. Put. Say it with me. Put.
Put means to place an object somewhere. It's incredibly useful in phrasal verbs, like put on your jacket or put down your phone.
Our example sentence is, please put your phone away during dinner.
Let's say it together. Please put your phone away during dinner.
Listener, repeat after us. Please put your phone away during dinner.
Great! And our final superverb, word number 8, is set. Let's spell it. S-E-T. Set. Say it with us. Set.
Set means to prepare something or arrange it. You can set the table or set your alarm clock.
Here's the example. I always set my alarm for 6 a.m.
Together now, I always set my alarm for 6 a.m.
And finally, your turn, listener. Say it out loud. I always set my alarm for 6 a.m.
Amazing job! Just by learning how to use get, make, do, take, have, go, put, and set, you can build thousands of sentences. You don't need fancy words.
Now, let's talk about how learning English actually feels. Adam, earlier we talked about staring at a dictionary. How does that make people feel?
It makes people feel overwhelmed. Let's spell that long word. Overwhelmed. Say it with me. Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed means you have too much to do and you feel like you cannot handle it. Like trying to memorize 1,000 words in one night. You feel overwhelmed.
Have you ever been in a conversation and suddenly you forget every English word you know? Your brain just turns off.
Yes, all the time. In English, we have a great idiom for that. We say you draw a blank. Let's spell it. D-R-A-W-A-B-L-A-N-K. Draw a blank. Say it with us. Draw a blank.
To draw a blank means your mind is suddenly empty. For example, the teacher asked me a question, but I drew a blank.
But here's the good news. When you focus only on the 80-20 rule and you only learn the core action verbs, you don't draw a blank anymore because you know the verbs so well. And when that happens, how do you feel, Adam?
You feel relieved. Let's spell it. R-E-L-I-E-V-E-D. Relieved. Say it out loud. Relieved.
Relieved means the stress is gone. You can finally relax. I was so nervous, but when I remembered the word, I felt so relieved.
Once you master these simple verbs, speaking English becomes very easy. In fact, we have an idiom for when something is very easy. We say it's a piece of cake. Say it with us. A piece of cake.
Yes, a piece of cake. Using the word get is a piece of cake.
I want to pause right here and speak directly to you, the listener. Learning a language is hard work. It takes time, but you are here right now. You are listening, you are practicing.
You are making progress every single day. Even if it feels slow, it is still progress. Don't let yourself feel overwhelmed. It is completely okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes in my native language all the time.
Me too. You have got this. Do not give up. Focus on the core verbs, take a deep breath, and trust the process. You are doing a brilliant job.
Okay, let's see these super verbs in action. Adam and I are going to do a short, realistic role play. We are going to pretend we are planning a weekend trip.
Listen carefully. Try to hear how many times we use our high-frequency verbs get, make, do, take, have, go, put, and set. Notice how we don't use complicated academic words, just natural, everyday English. Let's start the role play.
Hey, Adam, are we still planning to go to the mountains this weekend?
Yes, absolutely. I am so excited. We need to make a plan, though. What time should we set off?
I think we should get up early. Let's set the alarm for 5 a.m. That way we won't get stuck in traffic.
5 a.m.? That is so early, but you're right. I will make sure to pack the car the night before. Who's going to do the grocery shopping?
I can do that. I will go to the store after work today. I'll get some snacks, some water, and stuff to make sandwiches.
Awesome. I will take care of the camping gear. I need to put the tent in the trunk of the car. Oh, wait. I think my tent is broken. My mind is drawing a blank. Where did I put the spare parts?
Don't feel overwhelmed, Adam. We can just take my tent. It's much easier to set up anyway. It's a piece of cake.
Oh, I am so relieved to hear that. Thank you, Hana. So I will drive and you navigate?
Deal. Let's take the scenic route. We're going to have such a great time. I really need to take a break from work.
Me too. Okay, let's get back to work for now, and I'll call you tonight to finalize everything.
And scene. Did you hear how simple that conversation was, listener?
We planned an entire trip. We talked about responsibilities, schedules, and problems, and we did it almost entirely using just the basic action verbs we taught you today. No fancy vocabulary required.
All right, listener, it is time to practice your speaking muscles. Let's review.
This is the shadowing section. Shadowing means you repeat the sentence exactly how we say it, matching our rhythm and tone. This builds your muscle memory so you can speak without translating in your head.
We will do this rapid fire, but keeping the pace slow and clear. Listen carefully, repeat after us out loud. This is great speaking practice. Are you ready? Let's go.
Sentence 1. I need to take a break. I need to take a break.
Sentence 2. Let's make a decision together. Let's make a decision together.
Sentence 3. When I get nervous, my mind goes blank. When I get nervous, my mind goes blank.
Sentence 4. Don't worry, it's a piece of cake. Don't worry, it's a piece of cake.
Sentence 5. You're doing a really great job. You are doing a really great job.
Brilliant. Take a deep breath. You just practiced real conversational English.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Let's quickly summarize what we learned today.
Today, we learned the 80-20 action vocabulary secret. Based on Zipf's law, you do not need to memorize the entire dictionary to speak fluently. You just need to master the core high-frequency verbs.
Those superverbs are get, make, do, take, have, go, put, and set. If you focus your energy on these words, you won't feel overwhelmed and you won't draw a blank. Speaking will become a piece of cake.
Now it's time for our community question. We want to hear from you. Here's the question for today. What is one high-frequency English verb you use every single day? Put it in a sentence and share it down in the YouTube comments.
Yes, maybe you say, I make breakfast at 6 a.m. or I get a taxi to work. Write your sentence in the comments below. Hannah and I read every single comment and we try to reply to as many as we can. It's a great way to practice writing.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for trusting us with your English journey. Remember, be kind to yourself. You are learning a whole new language, and that's incredible.
Absolutely. Every day you make a little progress. Keep showing up, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Keep up the great work.